Okay, in this video I'm going now to show you how to find the good trades in every day and how to enter the market, how much to start investing or to put in every trade, how to measure the risk. So therefore we need first of all our account. Now we will start with a small account, as many traders are beginning with small account. In this case our account has $960, but much more importantly we have our trading style, right? So okay, here is the trading style for trend following on low time frame, on hourly time frame. Here this is the chart of Netflix, as we can see it here. The rules are very simple. First of all, we have a bunch of trend indicators. These are all my own trend indicators. So if you are interested, you can follow me on my Instagram account. The link is below this video. Then send me a message with the code traders for future. Okay, this is the code, traders for future. So if you don't send me this, then you don't get any response. So in my other videos I have been already introducing my other indicators. Already I have written over 176 different scripts for 176 different indicators that are not available for bankers, big institutions, other traders, because these are my own indicators, and those indicators are better than their indicators. Why? Because the big bank and big speculators are using the same common indicators as you do, so they exactly know where are your entries, they exactly know where are your stops, they exactly know where are your levels or prices, and that's very easy for them to attack you and to wipe you out of the market. With my indicators that does not happen. Why? Because I'm using another algorithm. With other words, I track them, right? As the big speculators and the big money is tracking you, they are tracked by my indicator, so I exactly know when they get attacked, where they put their stops, their levels, their intent is taking profits or trend changing, whatever, and therefore I can react before they still begin to act. How do I do that? With my indicators. All right. Now let's into the business. So we have here several tools here, as you can see. These tools already, the transmitters, are one of my favorites. We see here, I make it a little bit bigger. We see here how the price is moving along the time in this 1 hourly chart, right? This is the first important factor for us. The second fact, what we need to pay attention is this yellow line, right? And the next one is this red line. Once this red line is above the yellow line, we see here that the price or the tendency or the trend is rising upwards. It's time for me to close all my shorts and get ready. But we don't go immediately into the market. What can we do? We wait until then the price comes back meets the lower level, moves up, and after the price crossed over this red line, which is above this yellow line, we buy the market, right? For example, we see here, this was a buy signal here, then the market came down again, went, we could buy again, then the market went high, coming back, high again, all right? Optimally, the price goes down, crosses the yellow line and our red line, and then we buy. That's a surely and a good buy, right? So then I have here different, because this one is the most important because the time frame is higher. Then we have another one. This one is for super long period. This is for long-term period. This is for mid-term period. And this is the trend for short-term period, right? Only we take the trade only if this period, this period, this period, and this period are all above the yellow lines. It is an indicator for us that the market sooner or later will start to rise, right? All right. So this is the first part, very important. Keep attention to that, right? We work here with multi-trend. Then we have here also different trends. They change the colors. If the trend is bullish, they get green and vice versa, right? This is the fastest trade, meaning the fastest trend, meaning if this green line is falling down that way, but the major trend is up, we wait until this line is coming into this channel and changes its color to the green, right? This is the second confirmation for us. Very, very important. Once one of these trends is changing their colors, and on the same time we have here buying signal, we wait until this indicator is becoming red again. All right, so I will show it very shortly. So we see here the medium trend is red. You see here the color, right? The short term is long, and also the super channel is also long because green color. Now all have to have the same color. On the same time, we'll look at our indicators, and we see on our indicators the short term is long. This one is going up but below the yellow line. Also the medium is below the yellow line, and also the long term. So it is no good time for us to sell or to buy because the trends are diverging each other. So I let it run now so you can see it manually. And we see we wait a little bit. We see now this one is coming above yellow.
Out for Palantir was a great trade right there. So we're fine with Palantir. It's just we tried the long again here and lost it off VWAP there. Now you're really starting to go underneath, and I was just going to use a break of 70 and we're out. So we're getting pretty close to there right afternoon, just waiting for something to happen, and I was actually It's funny because I was
So
talking about
all
DraftKings
we
earlier
need
and
is
how Neil
just
had the
to
long.
wait,
That was
right?
one yesterday that I was just
So we
legging
need
into
to
the
wait
short,
that
and it
this
just kept
trend
going up.
is
So
coming
like no
up
matter
and
what I think
changes the
about
color, is
Palantir today,
becoming
up
green.
nothing.
This one must be
Well,
green.
it's up 1%, I guess.
This
we
color
but not really working out.
and
No
this
need to
trend
bleed
and
down
all this
into
have
the
to be
50s. So we're
above,
long at
right?
74.
So
We'll get
and
out
we
at
see
68.
now it's
I think the
running
risk
with
reward works right
Netflix.
there. But here comes Palantir. Looks like we're going to get stopped out. Just wanted to run that through everybody.
All right, we had this NVIDIA and Baidu note this morning.
And that way,
you were digging into a little bit more
we
detail
can
on that.
every
I'll let you
day
handle it, but,
analyze immediately
long story short,
in less
essentially,
than 30
Baidu goes
minutes
with Huawei
about
on a big purchase
500
for
to
AI chips. This is
1,000
going back to
markets.
August.
I promise
again,
you.
it's
This is a
not something
very
that's
solid
going to be
system.
specific
The indicators
today,
work
essentially,
very well.
for NVIDIA,
And
but
then we can
more,
decide
possible
where
that we
we
could see more
can
of this.
buy
Yeah,
at
it could be the
low,
first
right?
step, Brendo.
In
Baidu
case, for
ordering
example, if you trade
1,600
Nasdaq
Huawei
like I'm doing
910
also,
B chips for
so
200
sometimes
servers.
Nasdaq is
This
not
is as a result of the
offering
Biden
any good
administration's
opportunity. Why to
embargo
waste
on
time to
chips
wait
on China. We
today,
know that
10
the
hours, 12
A800
hours a
and the
day,
H800
waiting,
NVIDIA
and
GPUs
after
were
it nothing
specifically
happens.
made
Instead,
for
we
export to
can
China,
check
export
if
to
other
China to
markets are
circumvent
running on
some
the
of the
same
previous
time, and we
restrictions
can
there.
use the opportunity
The
to make
H100
money.
like those different chips. But
So currently,
when NVIDIA hits you with the
Netflix,
HAL 9000 chip, then
let
it's
us
game over.
check. Oh, I'm sorry. This is advanced
Don't worry about the HAL
microservices
9000
now.
when that rolls
So
out. Open the pod bay door.
let's check.
NVIDIA, I've said this, and obviously
can
at this
see
particular point, like I
here all
keep
trends
thinking
are
NVIDIA
green,
is going to
that's
slow
alright.
down off this 400 bounce,
Then
and it keeps not happening. The
The
only good
short-term
news I
trend
haven't actually
is
been
down.
shorted.
So meaning
So
we
at least I
don't
haven't
need to
lost
analyze
thinking
anymore,
it's gonna
right?
roll over,
So
but it's
meaning
getting
that we don't buy
darn
or
close
sell
to
this
this
market.
470
Here
level
this
where I
is
got
up,
put up,
this is
shut up
below,
on the daily. It
and
just
this is also
continues
below.
to stair step to
So
the up.
these indicators are bearish, these
Obviously, look, I'm
indicators
in
are
AMD
bullish.
right
So
now, and for the
this
last,
is no good market for us
I want
today.
to say it's been the last
Going
couple
back
of
to
weeks.
Netflix.
Up that 36 consolidation or 38 consolidation.
So we
today.
look at our
This
indicators.
was, when we say consolidation or accumulation,
And
yesterday
we
is
can
exactly what,
notice
that's
immediately
the definition of it to me. Where
today
you
is the
close
7th
at
of
38,
November.
like 10, and then you can't break
It's
the
now about
high, so you
2
can't
hour
break the high, but
20. So
you're
this is
pulling back in,
bullish,
you're not going anywhere,
bullish,
you're finding support at
bullish,
37.90.
bullish. That's good. All indicators
So
are
long in
green,
front of that at
bullish.
38.
All right, then I
I think
decide
39
now
is resistance on
to
Intel.
buy
That's a
some
reason to be out, and then
Netflix.
this is 39
All
on the
right,
daily chart,
so my
like that
decision
local
is
top of this
wrong.
channel. But
Now
this has been
we need
holding
to
the
put
same
our
channel
exit
for the
strategy. As I said in the
entire
videos
year.
before,
You can't say enough about it. Like, forget about
every
the news
trading
that, oh, yes,
system,
Intel's
my
just
also
not
my
functionally
trading
measured.
system that works
whatever, it's too late now.
with
But it's holding that
very
channel
high
forever. AMD is the one I'm in.
profitability.
I didn't
So
have the breakout
99%
in AMD, but the
above.
second it cleared out,
Also, it can
both
happen
of Friday's
that
top and then,
we
kind of Monday
will have
morning,
some losses.
Monday morning
Why? For
pre-market
example,
high,
I will
or
show.
at least that I'm in that particular
For example,
moment, but I
here,
just
this
noticed
guy,
that Intel's
right?
there. So
So
if I
who
say
is this
Datadog
guy?
now, then we don't have much
This
more
is
to
Mr.
it.
Waller, and Mr. Waller
Yeah, we'll
is a
talk about
member
that. I saw
of
that quote. I was like, oh, I
Fed.
saw it on the.
So
on
tomorrow
the
we have, for
board as
example,
well.
Fed speech,
Okay,
right? And now he said,
Gideon Baidu.
if
Okay,
rate
so I was
hikes
talking with,
causes
some guys in the back
instability,
there, and I
Fed has other tools, but the
that
problem is
the reason, one
there
of the
are
main
bigger
reasons, and there's a
companies
couple
who have
reasons, but the main
programmed
reason why
their
I'm very, very
algos
bullish
as
is I don't really
soon
see
as the word
too much
rate or rate
hawkish
hikes
reasons
is
for
there,
anybody to
they
be
start
short
immediately
right
to
now.
buy, and if they
The
read
put-call
in the
ratio
text
was still favoring
somewhere
the short side
rate
for the Nasdaq.
cuts, they
That's
will
gonna be
sell
good
the
for the
market
long, right?
very,
There's a
very
lot of money on the side that
fast
hasn't gotten in.
before,
Apple
right?
didn't
This
have
is
a
the
great
problem with
quarter
algos.
yet. It's at 183.
So, and I don't know what the government isn't
so
doing
I just was
against
looking
it,
at
because
this. You got
this is
weaker
something
job number
illegal,
come through,
but they
so that's going to be
tolerate
good
it.
for the doves, right?
So
The
whatever,
people that are
then
negative on the
we have,
market
for
or think the market's
example,
gonna go down,
we
they
know
can
now
sort of say
that
hey,
the
we saw
Fed
the strong
members
jobs market,
are
therefore,
joining
economy's
some
strong.
kind of popularity,
A
maybe
big thing that I
what they have missing
right
the
now
chart
is
roots.
what's coming out
They
November
are now
21st. And that just is like,
compensating it by
do you want to be short NVIDIA
this
heading into that
every
quarter
week's
when
disturbing the
AMD
market
just
participants and so on.
this?
So this is the other one, right?
No, well, now my
Bowman,
chart-
I continue to expect we will need to increase, and here we have again the word
promoting.
increase.
But
The
when-
market reacts
when
very
AMD just
fast.
did
The
this,
algos,
went from
not the market, the
$94
algos, right?
all the way to
So the market
115
are
in in
you, me,
basically a
and
straight
other
line.
real people.
You know, they're not
and
even
before they
supposed to be
react, the
the one, AMD,
algos
and they did this.
move
up
very fast in
25%
shortest
in a week.
time.
You know, I
But
know we
in
have
longer
Fed, and I know we
time
have other
periods,
reasons.
algos
I just
lose
think that if you're
power,
going to go
right?
long
So then this one
or short on Nvidia,
goes
then you're
weak.
just there for a
If
trade,
long rates are sustained
and
at
it's not
high
there for
level,
much longer
that's
than
the
a minute.
most likely
So you got to get
tightening.
ready for
They
Nvidia. Now it's still
tightening, and
ways
the
away. It's still
market
2 weeks away.
happens what?
So I don't
The
think that
market is
necessarily it's going
going
to happen
up,
super
right?
quick.
So
But I don't want to short
therefore,
this name.
with
So
every
I feel that if
trading
this market's going to
strategy
take
we
off, it probably
do,
is going to be on the back
what do we
of
need?
some of these. And especially if Sharif
Exit,
likes the guy's
stop,
jacket.
right?
You know, if
Because
Jensen comes
these
out
people
with a sick blue jacket,
make us a little
especially Sharif
trouble,
if
a
it's
lot of
Pepsi
trouble.
blue,
So
then
the
we're in
market will go up,
trouble.
but
Let
these
alone if the guy's
algos
driving
drive the
around a
market down
Jaguar
for
or
a short
whatever,
time
then there's
before the
then
market
there's even a
rises
bigger
higher,
difference.
right?
So
So,
I don't know,
and
Sharif.
for our strategy,
You
so
like
we need
Nvidia
first
here?
of all to identify what do we want to do. Do we want to
I
buy?
thought he was talking about data.
Do we want to sell?
I was trying to find a picture of
Or
the
do
CEO
we
of
want to
Datadog.
stay out, right? So in
Let's
advanced
talk about,
microsystems, we have seen
Intel
in
here
the
before we get to
market before.
DDoG.
So we
News
stay out
consolidation right at day
in
highs here.
advanced
This was
market system. But Netflix is telling us the
morning Wall
buyers
Street
are
Journal,
bullish, so that's a good
Intel
opportunity
being in
to
the lead,
buy the
to
market,
get,
right?
quote-unquote,
So
billions
now the problem
from
is
the CHIPS
we
Act.
need to find out first of
Yeah, I
all
just saw
where
that
to
too
put
on
our stops.
CNBC
The possible
saying
stops are, for example, here,
they had secured
here,
funding for a
here,
secure
here,
chip.
or
It
even more
also
downside,
reported
right?
that Intel
But
is
I'm working with
spinning
one person stop. Now we go
its founder
back to
business
our
once it
account.
gets afloat.
This is
Nascent industry
Netflix.
now. 300% year-over-year
And
growth for that business, so we'll keep an eye on that. Also this morning, the CEO,
I
Pat
want to
Gelsinger,
find
saying
out
the 18A
if I
chip
put
design
my
is moving
price
forward
as,
with
let's
production
say,
next year. So
this
good day.
is
Let's see what Intel does the rest of the week.
I have bad news.
313.
Datadog CEO wears a lot of t-shirts.
So we choose the limit here,
Sharif loves t-shirts.
Why,
right? Before
literally
I
the
forgot.
only person on the
Okay.
show right now who
I
has
put,
short sleeve
I take only 2%.
so I don't understand why that's such a bad
So for entries,
deal.
Anyway.
I know it's a golf shirt. I can see the collar. I'm just making the point that I don't see why that's such a bad
2%
deal.
of the
First of all, anyone out there that can even, without Googling it, can you
capital,
name the CEO of Datadog? I know I can't. I'm sure
risk,
most of us can't. Randy found his next Halloween costume, Darwin says. I don't know, but you know what I was disappointed with? I'm just going to digress for a second. Last year, everyone on the show had fun with Halloween. We dressed
because
up.
that
we
way
always
I
have a lot
want
of
to
fun with it.
trade
Brendan had a
many
great costume
markets.
recently, and I felt he should have turned it into a yearly thing because he did.
can also
He's capable
say
of pulling off a CEO costume, and he already did
put
it with
on
Mr.
the-
Scarage, and I think he could have done it again this year. So I want you guys in the chat next Halloween
Instead of
pressure Brendan to do
2%,
another CEO. I thought it was a heck of a
0.5.
lot of fun. It's only a year away. You can figure something up by then. But
right, okay.
I kind of already
So,
talked about Intel, so I'm going to make a weird
so I
pivot
forgot
to
the S.
GFS because they reported. Global Foundries. This is a
it
name
here.
where.
All right, for entries, we use only 0.5% of our
I'm not
capital.
saying the stock's going to continue to go down, but you see
This
where
is
the
our
market's
entry.
at.
And
Everyone
now,
talking about the Qs up,
our
up,
risk
up at those highs,
shall be
and everything's
0.5%
sailing,
of
that
the
upward
account
channel on
or lower.
on
All right, so
Intel
let's check
and
this.
Micron
Now
as
we
we're
need a
breaking out on the daily
calculator.
chart, and everything's looking pretty rosy, but
And
this
we
cannot seem to
say
get off the schneid. And this is the kind of thing that I'm going to notice. If this
960
market rolls over, I own this
times
stock in my long term, just to get that out of the way.
0.5%
And I look at the way that this has
is
been sold from the highs today. As the
4.8.
market has continued to hold the high,
So
this is
around,
just very slowly selling off.
this is right.
Selling off. So
Again,
I'm noting that weakness on what was a pretty decent quarter and a
$960
decent
by
bounce on the session. It's still at 5%, but rejects the 50 period moving
960,
average.
yeah.
It's a little bit
So,
of relative weakness
I
that I'm going to
spent
note for
only
myself today on GFS. The next market rollover in these chip names.
we see here if we
GFS feels like
take 5.9
short, but we've already
units, then we
mentioned
have to pay $480, something like that. So let me check now what's the minimum.
I
Can
probably
we
look
do that here?
up there,
No.
just based
The
on
minimum is
resistance
0.1, he
on
says.
the daily chart.
Okay. All right.
It's
So
been
we are able to,
20 cents
because
away
our limit
for like 2.5 hours.
is,
So it's not,
okay, we
seems
take
like it's
one
a lock,
person.
but
So
it also, when I trailed out,
one person of $960
pullback, and now
is
it's the exact same
$9.60.
price.
One
So it's
unit
really not
is
moving at this high, but like
0.1
one more push
because
at 39, I think it's gonna be shorted.
$8.50. And now our risk
Intel, yeah. So
should be
Intel again
also
was and still is one of my best stocks today.
maximum
Although it's that same story
$9.60.
where we got out
And
at
now
39.
we check the
We talked about
price.
getting out
If we
there.
put
Well,
the
it's actually right
price
here,
here,
38.75. We already got out there. Dipped down to the
321.
200. Should have been bought
I
up.
will check.
Now the 200's too high. And you may fall back in as the market's really
Yeah,
just
that's a
barcoding.
little bit more. All right. That's
Put
a
something
little bit
on,
more, but
here, but if it's going to be
how
anything,
about if I put it a little
I
bit
don't like the
down?
short in Intel right now. But if I was going to do
283.
anything, it probably
So, because
would be a short, and it would be around 39. So if we get up there, let's test. I mean, there's too many
this
levels now.
move
You
is
can
still
see there's a
not
big
over, right? So
edge
typically we
book
need
right
to
here
wait
at 39. But there's too many levels for
until
me
we
to see if there's any
see
real
if it's
volume there
breaking
inside.
that point or
you know,
if
for
it
right now, we'll wait to see if it gets up to
retraces
39,
back,
and then
right? What we
I think
want to
that's a
get
short, but
now
we
into the
really love
market,
this Intel
it
long.
doesn't matter. So we put our stop loss here the next week.
There.
And this is around,
And Brendan, you remember Mark, his Intel long is what we talked about there.
calculating
When
well,
we went out without saying too many specifics. But that's been a really
283.
great, long there from
So
the
let's check.
bottom. So
283.
yeah. Yesterday we shorted. Today we're long. The right call. Out too much early. And oh yeah, this might be a good teaching point.
Okay,
just for
then he says
myself too.
283 is not possible. The best is 305.
Top right there was 38.15. We just got out way too many times in an array.
All right, the best price is 305.50. The problem with stocks is with your broker, they don't
All right,
allow
let's,
you
finally,
to
let's
put
get into,
the stops every day where you
by far
want,
the,
like in
biggest
NASDAQ or in
mover in
a
the
Forex
pre-market this
market,
morning when
right?
it came in.
You need to
Sat
keep
down, it was
care
20+%,
of that.
huge report.
We wanted to
were
put
struggling
our stop at
initially
300.
$100
Now it
level.
says
Got a bit of a pullback and then it finally
305.5.
blasted through it at the
Let me
open,
check
but,
here
really good
again,
look. Great guidance, great forecast for
305.5.
Davy.
Yeah, and give back.
Oh, that's good price.
Brenda, holding that $100 level. Good full
That's something
third quarter
here.
revenue growth, 25% year over year.
Okay, I can
Listen to
live
this.
with
They
that.
only have about 3,100 clients that they can call their own, but each client is
and
averaging the
the
average
risk
revenue
will
per
be
user is
then at
$100,000.
about
So it's pretty
1.12.
big
That's
money
okay.
on that.
Don't
The
matter about
outlook,
it.
they see a
right
Q4
then,
revenue of
so
564 million to 568 million. That's above consensus, which was 543
Buy.
million. So
All right,
it's good.
we are in.
We'll see how they
So
do.
this is our first market.
All right.
Let's see
Rundown,
NASDAQ.
as always, brought to you by Trade Ideas. If you now take
I,
advantage
of
the
course,
2-week
work all the
test
time
drive,
only with US dollar.
$11 for
Currently,
2
the
weeks,
US dollar for
minus
short
20%.
term
You
is
get access
going
to this
down.
as well.
Midterm
Their
is up.
web app
Watch again my
version,
live
all kinds of
stream.
cool toys in here, charts,
So,
you get news, you get
what
data
do
on
we
the
see
individual
here in
stock.
NASDAQ in
Trader
hourly?
TV20 over at Trade
So we
Ideas.
see shortly, short
And as
time
Michael had
is
mentioned, if you do the
bullish,
test drive, there is
but
a,
here in this
there is a
chart, NASDAQ
portfolio
is
challenge that they have with
bearish,
that.
right?
And I'm
So
not to out this, not to out
bullish,
him, he probably doesn't care. He
bullish,
wouldn't.
bullish,
We're live show.
bearish
So Mr.
because
Westermeyer, one of
below,
our viewers, if you
and
send
this
it in
is
to me,
all.
then you kind
So
of know I might say
we see
it.
here,
I think he's in.
we have here bullish
battling some-
signs and we have here bearish. I'm sorry, we have here
D. Westermeyer.
bearish signs.
Yeah, Michael.
We have
Mark's
here
first. He
So,
actually,
well, I thought he
bullish
said he was in
signs
second
and the
somebody
dollar
passed
is going
him.
up again.
this
What
was
do
as
we
of
do?
Friday.
We don't trade NASDAQ.
No, I wasn't
So
here Friday.
easy.
It must have been.
I think it was
We
last
go to
week.
S&P.
You have an update.
And then, well, I don't know anymore because obviously some time has passed. So I'll do it in
Same
reverse.
shit.
If you
So
look at the
bullish,
obviously it had a what
short
candle
term is
here.
bearish.
And then it was a
Alone this is
105
sign
bottom,
because
went
one
flat
trend
bottom,
is
broke,
against all
and
the
then the
others.
long was off of this
Meaning no
breakout at
trade for me
102.
today.
Now when the stock is made a gap
Bullish,
like
bullish,
this.
bullish, bearish. No trade. Thank you, S&P. RTY will be the same. How about the US dollar
it's
itself?
harder to find a dog.
So
Like I
the
said,
US
never
dollar
traded before, so
itself,
I'm not gonna punch long at 942 on a stock I've literally
on
never
one
executed
hourly
on.
chart,
I've
we
been
see
eating
is
with the spread little
bullish.
price till it
Yeah,
opens.
all the
I did
trends are
nothing
green.
until it
Bullish,
pressed past 102
but
and then
short-term
retested that level on the
bearish,
daily, consolidate
bearish,
long at 102,
bearish,
takes them out in front of the high of the day,
long
and then
medium
when it
term
couldn't
bullish.
break out
All right.
to 105, it got to 104.40.
Meaning
I
the
believe,
dollar is
pulled back
becoming
in.
stronger. That's
Like,
not
okay, I had a
good
trailing stop in there that didn't trigger. I got out in front of the high of the
Nasdaq
day,
and
close
Co.
enough to that 105
But
target
we
that I
don't
just took it
trade dollar itself. Neither. We go to euro dollar to see if I have some good opportunities, because Nasdaq we don't take a trade today.
Same
So how
102-ish
about the
range
forex
into
market? Can we make some money
104.5.
there
So
today?
if you throw out the pre-market, most of this day it's been in a $2 range. So I
So,
think you,
What do you
if you're
see
trading
here?
it now,
I'm
it's a little bit
silent for
thin of a
10
stock to
seconds.
want a $2 range trade in, or even a little bit less than that. Like you can look at other names which will have much better liquidity for that kind of a range. If it holds 100, I think that's a great sign for this, especially in the next couple of days. If it
So
can
if
hold
you
out that
thought
top and then maybe make
the
another leg
market
to the
is
upside.
bearish,
That's
you're
what you gotta
right.
look
But
for. Up
if you
30% is
if you
great.
think we sell euro dollar,
But
you're wrong. If you
when stocks
think
do this, you tend
we
to see
buy
some
the
profit
euro
taking,
dollar
and
now,
I could see
you
that
are
coming to
also
play.
wrong.
It wasn't a hell of a
If
lot
you
of it
said
today,
or
but
think
you might see
we
that
stay
tomorrow
out,
or the
you're
day after.
absolutely
So if
right.
it settles down
Why?
and holds 100, I think that's
Here,
a
all the
fantastic
trends
sign,
are
for
bearish,
this name.
right?
But I am expecting probably some
here
kind
the
of
trend is
profit
bullish. It's
taking. Things
against.
don't generally go up 30%
Bullish against.
without some kind of a
Bullish
pullback.
against.
And in the days
Bullish
following.
against. So we have here
I have no idea what I'm going to talk about
downtrend,
next.
and here
I'm not
we
sure
have
either.
I'm not sure
uptrend.
either.
Meaning,
There was a stock.
thank you very much for today, but no
You
thank
just say
you.
at the top of your head.
How about oil?
Palantir, I mean,
Yeah.
I know not to say
Or
companies or anything like that.
also,
One is run by,
now you might say,
a
oh,
guy
I
who has
cannot,
beautiful hair,
I can
Alex
trade
Karp,
nothing.
Alex
It's not
Karp,
true.
but,
So you
right
can
now
choose
we're getting
also
close,
another
man. We're
time
almost
frame. What
got
I am
stopped out of this,
choosing
but here we go.
1
We're
hour
long at
time frame
73. It's back to
because it's the
74
beginning
again.
from short-term
We
to
just held this
mid-term
one out for a
trading.
little bit,
So
but
we're
look at this
trading with the
sloping down,
momentum, right?
50-period moving
And
average.
our
You
goal
know, could be
is
something
now
there.
to
One
make
1875.
this
You have an offer there. I do have a small offer just in case.
$952
But I was saying to
up
Ryan in the
to
chat, I don't know how much I
minimum
love this
10,000
position.
and
You
so
were
on,
talking about
higher,
being
right?
some Fibonacci
It
levels
can
as well. I don't
of
have
course
any
happen
Fibonacci's
in
either.
one
What's going
day,
on here? I mean, I guess we
but
can
we are
do something.
working now with a smart strategy because we want to
never
trade
go away.
every day, but we
I gotta
need
put it down
all
to the bottom,
those
right?
markets that are
Anyways,
giving
this
us an
doesn't
edge,
even look
right?
This is not right.
And
Anyways, now
then
I
it can
this is
happen that
awesome. How
this
do I
market
No,
we are
there's like-
in
there's a
are
thing-
silent,
Forget
and
it.
suddenly the
I-
markets which have been
but,
muted,
okay,
like
anyways, regardless
Nasdaq,
there,
S&P,
Palantir, I like it.
dollar,
We
and so
hit
on,
this
they
earlier
suddenly
here.
start
Was a
to
great
run
long.
in our
I was
favorite
just trying to get it into
direction,
this
and then we
confusion
can also
here,
make profits
and
there.
just see if we
So
fell back in.
we
Could
are going now
take that
to
move back up?
diversify
So,
our money.
yeah. Well,
We are
it's
going to
trying. So
diversify
that's
our
the position right now.
positions,
Palantir's the only
and
position
we
I'm
are
in.
going to
So we'll see
diversify
if it can
our
hold at
strategies
1870.
on the
I
same
do have an
time.
offer here at
So we have
75,
a
so
multiple
if we're able to get a little bit right
diversify
there, we can
strategy,
check it out right now.
and that is
Just
meaning
seeing
that we
Alibaba's starting to go a
diversify
little bit
the
here. I don't know if
risk,
there's
right?
news
So we
or
don't
anything
put all
about
the
Alibaba, but I
eggs
just
in
saw
one
on
basket.
the scanner that there it is.
We
Yeah, so nice move there. Taking
diversify
today's
it. We
high.
divide it, right,
Again,
into
we're
many
in for
baskets.
Alibaba.
If
We know
10
we like some
baskets
Chinese
are
names
in minus,
right now.
20
It's
others
been
are
a
in
good
plus,
environment for
but
them
at the end our
recently. Look at this
goal
nice
is to
upside
make
move in
profit,
Alibaba
right?
now.
So
Trying to take
how
out
about
50
oil?
period MA. So,
You
or-
can see
yeah,
here
on the daily.
again,
So that's a good move.
down,
We'll see if this one can continue up. Okay, Palantir, I
down,
guess just broke. Or we got
okay.
75s
Meaning
anyways, cleared the
game
level,
over
came
for
back.
us. We don't
So
get
there
in
it
the
is. We got,
market.
okay,
He's
now it's at
bearish,
76, so
bearish,
good.
bearish,
Now we can see
bearish. It's only a
where
question of
Palantir
time
goes from
that
here.
possibly this
We only took off
one
again.
is going down, right? This green
10%,
one,
we got out
but
at
not
75.
today for us.
Why? I'm trying to change the methodology that I'm
So
using.
let's
That's the
check
50-period
Apple.
moving average, and it's I've been able to see.
So another
that's where my
opportunity.
target is
Apple.
right now. Let's litter some
So,
82, 83s
long,
and stuff like that.
long,
See if we can get upside for Palantir.
long,
But if the market does this
bullish,
movement all day,
bullish,
where it
bullish,
sits here, then
but bearish.
I may be getting out of
Sorry
this
for
in an
that.
hour. So I have no idea.
It could
but
be a
you got
good
data dog.
chance,
Is that the
but
big spike?
okay.
No, that's-
No, I just
We
want.
have
Okay,
this
go, go,
line
go,
to
go.
stay. The next one is Amazon.
No, I mean.
Get the
All right,
test
how
drive right now
about
for just $11 for the price of 2 coffees. Use the 20% off, and you are golden. Get trade ideas right now. Scan the QR code below.
Used by every
bullish,
member of this
bearish.
show.
Now we need to wait a little
I know
bit
we
more.
already did it. It's
So,
fine. I'll
and
figure it out.
remember,
Get double payment.
either
Yeah, why not?
if we have no,
Rivian, I knew I wanted to get something.
let's
We
say
haven't
this is
mentioned.
also
I haven't
bullish,
mentioned
right?
it, but I am in this one.
We don't go immediately in the market. We wait
and I'm
then
still in
until
AMD,
this
which we did
price
go over. But Rivian took out.
is coming
let's
down
zoom out this way, stay
below,
on the 3-minute while it's
and
working.
then after retracement, right, they
Rivian
move
took
on the
out
same
this,
time.
took out yesterday's bottom, put in a higher low, put in another higher low.
Then
YV
we take
bottom,
the
then broke out. So the
trade.
next stair step upside, we grab the long on
Right?
the dip, and
Meaning
if it breaks out, I'll
after
take
the
some.
price is here.
It can try to
Or
fill this
here,
gap in. At least that's the theory here. You
or
try to fill this
here,
gap in, break the highs, and continue
or
higher.
here, right?
So Rivian,
Then
kind of a weird one.
it can be, for example,
that,
possibly the
it spent
price
some
can
of
be
the morning
here
looking
or
like
here.
it
It
was
doesn't
weak,
matter.
and then you get a very bullish
So
lunchtime
we
and afternoon
go,
break. Although it's not going
we
crazy
enter,
right
and
now.
then
Seeing some stair step action.
before
upside.
doing that,
When the trend
again,
is up, you can always just
we
stair
check
step to
where the
upside,
market gives
if
us
that's what it
any
wants to be.
stop loss,
But,
and then
I was
we
alerted to
calculate
Coinbase-
it
I was
against,
alerted to
right,
Bitcoin
with
chat. So I pulled this
1%.
up and I moved it to a 15
right?
minutes. So there is
So,
Bitcoin back above 35,
Amazon
actually trending 35.
doesn't give me any
I'll put this
opportunity
back on my
today.
daily, 'cause that's
How about
generally
Nvidia?
speaking how I look. I think it goes
So, and
squeezing.
based on this knowledge
Until
now,
then,
I know Nasdaq
it's been a
won't make
hot
any
minute
higher
since this
highs
has been able
today
to break out
anymore.
of those high 80s.
I
It
told to
feels
my
like- it
followers
feels
in my
much more
Instagram,
bullish today. Like the
we
last
will
times
make
on the daily,
higher
we see a
highs
wick there
because
and a
at that
rejection.
time all the buyers were bullish,
This is very
and
different. This
it
time
happened,
we've held
right?
on to
So we
85
see
for a couple of
that
days.
we saw
with the
already
same
that the
range. It's been
Nasdaq
more of a
moved
consolidation above
from
85 into a potential breakout.
15,130
So,
to
haha,
now
I'm not
above
going to say I want to short
15,300,
Coinbase
like
in the
I
high
said
80s.
also in my
It feels
live
very, very different on this
streaming
move, and I don't necessarily
of
want
this
to
week.
get,
So
get
I'm
run over
doing
by
then the
this.
weekly
I would
analysis
rather
every
be
week,
looking for
so you
ways
can
to-
watch and
to
join
jump,
them.
to find a long.
So let's
way
check
to the
now
long is trading
Nvidia.
high or waiting for
Nvidia.
90.
I want to
At
take
this
a
moment,
good
it looks
trade
like it can
here.
pull back at 87, make
What
some
do I
sense.
see here?
If it breaks
Bullish,
out 80
bullish,
and gives you a
bullish,
consolidation
bearish
over
short term.
88, then I think I would go
Sorry,
for that.
sorry,
like it breaks
sorry.
here, kind of gets to 88
So
and a half,
what
shows
can we
you a
do
dip,
here?
and then
Because all
consolidation
are
off
now
the
we
88
can
level.
go
Plenty of time for that to happen.
put an
But I am
alert.
not feeling the short in Coinbase. Doesn't mean I have to go long, but I'm not thinking auto short in these high 80s.
So
It's
alert
very
on
strong.
trend timer.
A lot of bros,
And then
John Sproul and Ponzi saying, we are bros. Are you guys just that excited for the earnings? Maybe that's what it is.
Again, like I don't know much about it. This
so
is
meaning
a
where do I put the alert?
northeast,
Well, if this
right?
curve
Is this from Portland
is
or
above here a
Oregon or
little bit
something like
higher,
that?
right?
Well, same, yeah,
then
anyways,
it's
I
time for
feel
us to
like
buy,
Washington State.
and we don't need to wait for that.
Yeah, I'm not sure where this
I
company is
just-
located, but we don't have any bros around here, and I don't know if they're in the Northeast. They may be, but that's part of the expansion
Click
story,
on
right?
alert,
again, not
and
knowing that much
value
about it, just looking at the
9.95.
stock. I
Yeah,
really
that's
like
all right.
these names when there's
Then we
bottom
create, and the alert is
opportunities,
set.
right? And
Now
I mean,
we can
you're
analyze
coming into an
further.
earnings report right now where you're off the
So,
Starbucks is very mature company.
why do we
obviously,
do
and
that
reaching
way?
out to all
So,
these new parts of the world.
because we are
of course,
traders,
China,
right? We
which is
are
why
merchants.
Starbucks is up, and then Howard Schultz
We are
stepping
making money,
down.
right?
There's
So
some things happening
otherwise
there.
it doesn't
But,
make
I like
any
Bros
sense
today. We'll see
for
where
us.
the report comes out. I
And,
mean, again, it's just one of those things where
Therefore,
Look,
we
I was
need
looking up
only
Dish
markets with high
23%.
quality,
People were
right?
talking
Sometimes
about that
100
one
markets
earlier on.
do
All right,
nothing,
so
just
Bros,
one
I
market,
believe
but
we
that
looked at this earlier.
market
Yeah, so there it is. Wow,
is giving us a lot of profit
float. Okay, so
instead of
that's a pause for
dividing
concern
our
if I
money
was,
in
short
that
this,
market
because
or
it's a crowded
in
trade. And we've seen
a
some
market
stocks like
asset
Firm,
what is not
there's-
moving,
not even
that's
a Firm on
wasting
earnings,
of
Firm was on a
time,
deal
money and
against
energy, right? So we don't want
Datadog,
it.
Lemonade.
Oh, that's looking
A
nice.
lot of names
That's
going
looking
to the
very
upside.
nice.
Datadog,
Meta.
I think, is only maybe a
So,
shorter, maybe 8% short flow.
everything
It's kind of why I
is
like
here
Rivian, which
long,
is also 8%.
bullish,
Maybe I'm confusing them.
bullish,
Into today, right?
bullish,
So
bullish, very
I
nice.
just don't know if people are going to want to
So,
be caught short. One good piece of
Meaning
news
bullish
for growth there
again, and then
probably sends that
our
stock
next level is
to the
here. I see here a
moon.
gap.
So
Possibly
we'll
the
have to wait and
market
see what
can
happens.
go back here.
Bros tomorrow, but I think that if anyone's
So
going
making that,
to ask me about
and we have here another
on
gap,
that
but
list
the
of earnings, and
trend
we will
is
go over
bullish.
that, which stock has
So
that
do we
potential
want
for
to take a
tomorrow.
risk? We take a
It's these
short
two. It's
risk,
Rivian
right?
and it's Bros.
So what
and,
happens if we put our
let's see,
stop at around
that.
160?
Even these guys
So
were up,
let's
15% or
check
something
here for
on,
Meta.
on a positive EBITDA quarter as well. I don't know if that's not going to happen for Rivian, but I guess it could happen for Dutch Bros. I don't know. They're still net negative on their earnings, so we'll see what's expected tonight.
Okay, he says the
23 million in
stop
cash,
should be
so not
higher
good for
than
expansion,
200,
but we'll wait
cash only.
223.
And then there was one.
We
Wow,
put
it's gonna happen.
224.
Wow. AMD just
And
pulled back in a heartbeat off
one person of
114.
their
I just took that
account.
trade out. Looks like it's
Is that possible?
back in. I want to get 113s again if we can, but the market, I mean, it is starting to roll over from
1. Yeah, it's
4.
possible. No,
Like, that's that big
minimum
level on the
is
future.
1.
Oh goodness.
So,
I mean,
in this
I
case,
didn't want to have any
we need to put 5%
short
of
side
the
up there,
account,
but there's at least one name which has been a good
but
short
also
hold.
our risk will be very,
Don't want it
very
if it's, like,
high. It would
available,
be
and
about 10% of the account
unfortunately-
is against our
Yeah, I
philosophy.
don't see an entry on
Sorry for
SoFi.
that.
You mentioned
Now we
Affirm.
have
It
found
feels
a
like
good
if we're gonna
market,
pull back
but
here, there was
our
nothing I
rules say
love. I wanted to
no,
hold on to
because
long.
The market
we put just
But the market
2%
is
of our
pulling back
account.
pretty decently now. So
right?
I just got, I'll probably be out of Rivian too if that takes out the 20s. Like if that gets out under here, then I'll
And we don't
probably
want to
flat
risk
on the
more
day. I
than
wasn't really
1%.
feeling just jumping into the shorts. Jameson Barnes saying Oracle's been a
It can happen, but not with
Oracle's
us.
been a turd all day.
That's the
really?
problem.
Oracle, but I
If you have
haven't traded
a
that.
See, that
small
would be
account,
disappointing on a day like today because this is I wouldn't have expected
right? How
Oracle to
about
look like
this
today.
one?
I
I
haven't looked at it.
see.
It's a
Yeah,
turd
that's
burger?
good.
Well,
Microsoft.
you know what? This is not a good day for Oracle at all.
Microsoft is
Not
doing
only is
nice.
it down on the session when the market's at the highs,
Put a stop
it also
at
it just rejected the 50
270.
period moving average. It rejected the 110 breakout.
274 was
That's
it
not
now?
very good. Like that's a bad technical
Microsoft.
turn
Microsoft.
for Oracle. I like them.
I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and
Right,
they were talking about
we'll
Seinfeld
check
characters.
this.
So, who's your favorite?
I have to say George. I gotta say George.
Yeah, I think it was
Do we have?
remarkable because it was close between George and Kramer.
It's
And I was always thinking,
minimum.
like, everyone always thinks maybe Jerry, but then
274.
it's like George had so many.
So if you have bigger account, for example,
So
then in Microsoft and
things, but
what
so
was
I
the
chuckled
first
just
one?
thinking
Meta.
about him though.
yeah,
are
so I
not
don't know. I
good,
wasn't sure. I
are
was
now
wondering what
very
your
good by
opinion was, and then
opportunities,
Newman.
and you can, if your account is
yeah, no,
affords
you know
that
who got it?
one
Rest in
person
peace, Jerry
stop
Stiller.
loss,
Oh my
for
god.
then you can
He-
buy
He
this.
was amazing.
With this
He was-
account,
people like
$952,
Elaine,
it's
but,
not possible.
Yeah, there was no
Because
votes for Jerry.
again,
so I just found,
$67
that to be pretty
we
unique,
need.
but then,
Our limit to invest in the market is $10, and our stop is 10% risk. It's not good. If 10 markets run against
character
us,
name or Jerry
with
Stiller?
10%
No, it's Frank Costanza.
risk
Frank,
each,
yeah, yeah,
and
said-
we
you
lose
said
all
Frank.
our
yeah,
money.
that's
We
right. I
don't
said
want
Frank.
it.
Was that what it was? Because you know what?
You were being
So
slick there.
everybody's
else they
trying
said? That it
Google,
was such a
Google,
good
going up,
character, and I
going
never
up,
thought
but you can
about
see
this,
now yourself,
that
Google
basically
is
they
not doing
recreated the exact
anything
same
here.
character in King of Queens.
Of course,
true.
it's
The
bullish,
dad
but
of
bearish,
Carrie.
And it might as well be the
And
same
it's,
character.
he
divergence, we
actually
don't
basically does the exact
No, they put zero
even
effort into
waste
that.
time on
Which,
this.
to
How
be
about
honest, like
Tesla?
Serenity now.
not have to
So
put
you
any
see
work
how it's
into it.
going
That's
fast,
why you see a
right?
bunch
So
of
we have
sequels, that's why they
analyzed
repeated
over
that character, 'cause they knew it was gonna
26
be fun.
markets
So
now,
why would you
I
do
guess.
anything different?
I just thought that was like
Or
really
no, not even 10 or 15.
funny because someone
So,
brought that up and I was like, yeah. I always think Jerry,
Tesla.
but the other characters were so much.
Tesla,
He's the
Tesla,
meat, but everyone else
bullish,
was the stories
bearish,
were on
game
his
over.
face.
He's the writer.
divergence.
Is my pop.
Bearish,
He's the
bullish.
writer. He's the funny guy. But the
Bearish,
other characters make
bullish,
it. I don't know
garbage.
if we were ready
Tesla
for.
is garbage.
Maybe.
I
You
don't
know
like
what?
this.
I never watched.
There we go.
I only
Then
watched a couple
AMD.
seasons, or maybe not.
Multiple seasons,
So,
and then
AMD.
a few seasons ago we had to give it up. It just
No, I'm
eventually
sorry.
got a little
Oracle.
stale.
Always
It's
Sunny
pretty
in
fun.
Oracle.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Looking good.
I haven't seen that.
Good.
So that would be something.
Not good. Not good.
Ted Lasso.
Not good.
You know what? I'm still on the last. I didn't
I
even
was
start
so
the last
happy
season
to
of Ted
buy
Lasso.
this, but not today.
So,
Maybe
anyways.
the next day. Now
I
the
still
bank
pay for Apple
stocks.
TV and have watched
JPM.
one.
To keep frank. What's that
So,
Netflix show that's
JPM
gonna bother
interesting.
me? That was super popular. It's Korean, and there was that.
JPM bullish.
Yeah, Squid Game.
Bullish,
watch that?
bullish,
No, I
bearish,
did, but I
bearish.
thought season 2
Sorry
was
for
supposed to be
that.
like.
Timing is
People were buying
everything.
Netflix up like a year
But
and a
not
half ago.
today.
Like,
How
thinking
about
that
gold?
used to-
Let's go back to the
And
desk.
gold started
'Cause
to
Frank
change
is,
the
waiting. We never want
channels.
to keep him waiting.
No.
So we see
name of
here
that show?
divergence trading, not good.
Game.
Down, down, up.
Oh,
up.
I missed
This is
Brendan's
because
audio
of
on that. I
this
was
way
still hearing
conflict.
I was just asking, Frank,
But
are
he
you a
can-
Seinfeld guy?
research there.
Change soon.
I don't think he can hear me.
How
Can you hear me?
about
I got you now,
VIX?
Brendan.
Yeah? Okay, good. Are you a Seinfeld guy?
Big guys hit it right on
We
the
see
head
VIX
there.
is up, the
I'm a
short
big
term
Curb
is
guy as well. If
down,
they haven't watched
short
Curb
term
in its
is
entirety, it's amazing.
down,
And the new
down,
season's
down,
still nailing
down,
it there.
Up,
He is one
up,
of a kind,
up.
definitely.
Okay, VIX is going higher.
Let's talk about some
Is not good for stocks and is not good for Nasdaq if VIX
stuff.
is going
There's
higher.
no good way to transition from
So
that, but
we
let's
need
just
to keep
talk about some
alert.
market stuff
Now,
here.
Dow Jones,
differences
yeah,
from
we can
the
see
boss
here
this week,
clearly
Fisher
Dow
Powell.
Jones
And
downtrend.
will we or won't we get a little bit
Short-term
more
is
from him than
wrong.
we did last week? Probably not. Let's be
Short
honest.
term is wrong,
But I think
but
there's
midterm
a
is
chance here
going
for
down.
the messaging to
So,
be
thank you,
reiterated because
Nasdaq.
all
The
day
next
long
one
we've
now
been
to
hearing
European
the Fed
stocks,
speakers
Europe.
today even.
So
Call it
while
October
euro,
19th,
while dollar is
until now, it's
weakening,
been nothing
interestingly,
but dovish action,
pound
bearish action in the world of yields. It's crazy to think that our
is
10-year has
diverging.
moved
It will
from its
take a
highest
little bit
close in the
time.
last
It
15
can be possible
years
that
at
British pound sterling
spot
coming
98,
back, and
just
then
shy
from here
of 5%.
starts to
Yeah.
Here in the
strengthen again.
US,
It
and
can
has
be
now
possible,
moved
right?
down
If
to
Powell
at its
says
lows
something
last
negative
week after
about
the
US dollar.
underperforming non-farm number
So
got
how
down to
about
under
dollar
4.5% out.
So dollar
These
Japanese
chances
yen,
of
keep
another
in mind
hike
if you go
as
to
they
my
speak
trading
almost.
ideas,
We went from being near 50% chance of another
where
hike
was
a couple
it?
months ago to 25% chance a couple weeks ago, 20% chance across the yield curve.
So I had
It's been
several
bearish
trading ideas
action to
about
interest rates,
dollar
and that's
Japanese
been
yen.
really
Here I said
rejuvenating
it's going up
stocks,
to
as I'm sure you guys have all seen a lot of these tech stocks waking up.
And also
And
here,
NASDAQ set to, I
the
mean, knock
Japanese
on
yen
wood,
have been at
here
above
close its 8th day in a
130,
row
but
higher.
you can go
It's been
watch them. So now we are
wild
above
action
150, but
the
the
last
market
2
is
weeks
diverging.
as
So this is the
dovish for
trading
rates
idea.
and
So
bearish
if you click
for
on
rates,
that,
bullish for bond prices and bullish for stocks. But this
you
stuff
see
can turn
that the
so
market-
quickly. And there's plenty of
So that
events
was here, right?
coming
So
up
as I
here that
made the
will have the
prediction.
potential to either really
And we see here that
those yields down
Japanese
closer to
yen
4% or bring
is
them right back up to 5.
somewhere
Yeah, just
here, and I
bear with us,
told
Frank.
we
We're
are
having a little
going here
technical issue,
upside
but we'll
also to
work
about
through it as we
160.
continue along here.
All right.
A couple of things to consider tonight, but what's come out of
Nevertheless,
China over the
keep
past couple
Japanese
of data
yen,
releases.
keep eyes on Japanese
It was
yen.
a little bit glossed over and
So
glanced
we
by
are out
this
here.
morning, I think, in
Everything
the sense that
is good.
exports coming out of
This
that
is
country
up,
fell,
but this is down.
and this is
Meaning
consecutive
today
months in a
no
row.
good time to put money in Japanese
Seeing
yen.
this data
We
to
go
the
to the
downside,
next
which
one.
I mean, we all know
Dollar
how
and
much
Swiss franc.
Call it
The
that
same.
we've seen since back to
Dollar
2015
still stronger against the
really,
Swiss franc,
as they continue
but diverging because gold is down, right?
underperform
So and Swiss franc is dependent on
in
gold
exports
price.
and their trade balance, which
So meaning
you
no
might say,
trade here
if I'm
too.
following U.S. data
Dollar
points
Canadian.
in this decade,
So
this
dollar
data is
Canadian
really
dollar,
starting to
Canadian
freak
dollar
out
is going down
parts of
because
that
the oil
global
price is
economy,
going down.
not
That's
quite
very
in the
important.
U.S. yet.
Overall,
but
good
definitely
picture,
growing
but only
potential
short
that
term
it does seep over
is bearish.
into
We need to
the
wait
U.S.
a little
And what was
bit more
particularly interesting
How about
there,
Bitcoin?
Brendan, is not once, and this is to
So
your
if you
point,
would like
you
to
know,
buy
such a
Bitcoin now,
big
is not a
player
good
in the
time.
global
Of
economy
course, everything
who
is
is
good
dependent
bearish
on
or
sending
bullish
goods
also
abroad,
here,
and they're now
but short
importing
term is coming down. We need to wait.
goods at a rate that they haven't in
So
the last
you see
several
how
months.
easily
Imports
with
up
this trading
3%,
system.
down again. Yen is down again.
All
Aussie is
right,
down
then
again,
the next
and Chinese
market,
stocks are
Euro
down again
stocks, is
as well,
bearish
underperforming U.S.
because Europe
stocks
is
by
going to hike the rates.
50% on the year,
We
as
don't
that
sell
Nasdaq fights
here. We
back
wait a
the
little
last,
bit because this
like
one
I
should
say, 8
become
days in a row
bearish,
here,
and
fighting
also
back to
this
being
one is
up
bullish.
40% year to
Bullish,
date, and
bullish,
FXI, which is
but
the
this main
ETF
indicator is
for
bearish.
large cap
So
Chinese stocks,
we need
down
4
10%
confirmations
as they
more
continue
now. If
to
all are
move in
bearish, then we go
opposing
down.
directions. And you
Canadian
have to
dollar,
wonder,
Japanese
you
yen
know,
is next.
perform to the tune of
So
40% to
Japanese
the
yen
upside,
cross
and
currencies
Chinese
are
stocks 10%
diverging,
to the
but the trend
downside,
is up
or
because yen
will
is
that gap
weakening.
close a little
This
bit
one is
in a
bearish,
bullish
not
or
good.
bearish fashion, one way or the other?
This is bearish. This
As
is
we
bearish.
started
This
this
is
off,
also bearish, right?
this
So that way we can filter the
there's more to
markets
come this
very
week. We get
nice
some German
to
inflation
find
coming up
very
after
good
the close tonight
opportunities.
or early on
And
tomorrow. I'm sure we'll be talking about it.
most
But more Fed
importantly,
speakers
the
in
question
general
is
throughout
when
the
do
remainder of the
we
week,
close the trade?
including, as you saw there,
A little bit in stocks,
So that's a
give
good
back a little
question.
ground
We
just
have two
because it's been
possibilities.
so
The first one is
one-sided
if our
since he
stop is
spoke
hit.
last week. But
The
yeah, I would tend to
possibility
agree with
number
you that,
two is
of
if,
course,
for
we're going to
example,
watch
let's
his
say
speeches. He's got 2 speeches this
here
week.
Japanese,
But I
British
think the
pound
market needs to
sterling,
see something more
Japanese
substantial
yen. You see here the trend is up. Let's say
to
this is also up.
bounce those yields back
This
and
is
maybe take
bullish,
some profits off the
bullish,
table in that
bullish, but
Nasdaq
this one
and
is bearish, right? We
S&P
wait
500.
until this one gets
But yeah, like I
bullish,
say,
then we get
it'll
into the
be
market,
interesting.
right? So we
I
buy.
don't think, given what
When do we
central bankers
close
have
the
been saying
account,
this week
the trade?
and what
If
Powell said last week,
this trend is becoming red or bearish,
any real chance of
bearish,
him going the other
bearish,
way and
then
going more dovish.
this
If
one
he
must
gave
be bearish,
any
bearish,
lean in that
bearish,
direction,
bearish.
then you
Then
might
we
see that 10-year
take profit or
really
loss,
get back
whatever this
closer
trade
to
is giving us.
4%. Then 5%,
Immediately,
you might see
we
stocks
wait for new
really rally
signal
their
and we
heads
go
off. But
short.
it'll be really interesting to
So,
see if the market even has any
Euro.
knee-jerk reaction.
add an introduction. So
So
we'll see.
euro.
Great stuff. Frank Caberna,
All right
Director of Strategy
then.
over at
This is the
IG.com
next
in Chicago. Appreciate
opportunity.
it as always.
Thanks, Brendan.
Up, 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 up.
Thanks as always.
whoa,
He's always the smartest man in the room, so I'm happy that he
Then
agreed
we
with me on George
can
Costanza. Because I felt like I feel like there's no wrong
here,
answer
if
sometimes,
you
but
put
getting
our
the right
stop
answers
here,
from Frank is the
let me
key. I
check,
know not everyone is
151.
excited. Sometimes we
So
that one
if we put our
continues
stop
to
here,
go higher.
something
I'm
about
skeptical this market
151, then our risk will be
legs to make a huge
6%.
move
If
from
we
this
put
huge
it
level we're at in the queue,
a little
but this
bit
has some room to
higher,
play a little bit of catch up from today. I don't think it fills in the entire gap. I'm looking at about
let's say
1770
here,
is as far as I
then
think
our
this one could
stop
go. And then I
is
did
about
grab
3%
into Roku.
against our
Didn't trade
strategy.
all day today,
I
thinking
told you,
it would press
you
close
can
to
now
86.
change, for
Never
example,
happened.
your
Should have shorted 85. I'm
criteria
short this consolidation, which might not
to
last long.
say,
Right in
okay,
this
I take
consolidation
then
underneath
3%, right?
83.6, and actually
So
gonna tighten up the stop
whatever
there.
is up to you.
Because
It is only
when
a
you're short
guide
at the
how
bottom
you
and the
can
market's
measure
taking out those
your
highs,
stop
the squeeze name, as good as
and
it was on the short side
losses.
and relatively weak, this could eat, but it's looking relatively strong. Sometimes you
So
look at like the gap and you get enticed
Germany
by that.
DAX
And it's 3
40
o'clock, and when I'm
is
taking
down
a
but
short into
divergent
here,
now.
looking
No
for
good market for us.
a
How
bigger
about
move.
SPY?
Well, there's only an hour for half a day
SPY
or the
is
entire
bullish
day,
but
then
also
you give it more room. But
diverging.
that actually does not make a lot of sense here. So I will have,
This
there
one
it is.
is bearish.
Tighten up the stop when it broke that 50. Didn't make a lot of sense, so I don't want to sit in that one when
So
it doesn't
this one
have
is
the time
bearish, this is bullish, 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 and
to,
all bullish.
to that
Now some
downside.
can
So
say,
we'll be in and out of
okay,
that.
one
I think it's a
confirmation,
mistake.
but
Because sometimes it's
that
just the best you
one
can do is get away
confirmation matters,
from
friends.
it.
I did a lot of back tests, and I
Seems to
have
want to
been
go
back
higher.
testing
The
over
next two things I
thousands
think
of
come into
different
play
trading
will
styles.
stay in Rivian as it continues to go.
And
but Intel 39,
just this last
and then
confirmation will cause you a
$50
lot
level
of trouble
on
because
Uber, which I
the
haven't
market is
printed 50.05,
consolidating,
so
you get
must
in trouble.
have wicked already. I
Then
didn't actually see that
suddenly
happen, but 39 Intel, 50
news
on
coming
Uber.
out that will
CCJ
indicate that the
halted for new.
other indicator is going now to the opposite direction and so on. And because you have
Yeah, okay.
not been
Canadian
patient enough,
Corporation halted news
then
pending.
you
I
would
mean,
risk
I didn't
some
know
kind
that, so
of
I
your
just go to
money,
NASDAQ
right?
Trader
So
like anything anybody
better
else
to
can.
wait, right? I
Because
told
it's
you
halted for news, I
the
haven't
best is
seen
to
or
sit and
I haven't
let the market comes to you,
like gone into X-ray to see what it might be.
right? And not,
Sometimes
and
there's
you
a hint
see,
at what the
we
news
have a
could be,
lot of
but you don't know when
opportunities.
it's going
Look
to open
here,
up. This could
bunch
open
of
in an hour, it could
markets,
open up
right?
in
We
20
don't
minutes.
need to wait
But what you will know is if
for
you do go to
NASDAQ
the
or
site,
just one market.
before
We
it opens
have
up, you'll see it go
thousands,
T1,
more than thousands
T2, and then
assets.
just a random.
This
No, you might
market,
not.
now Twitter,
Just an update
very
here on the
interesting,
stock
bullish,
that we were long.
bullish,
We only had one position
bullish,
here this afternoon.
bullish,
We talked about why we liked
bullish,
it. It's Palantir.
bullish,
It's up 10
but the
cents.
main
It's
trend
right back. We
is
actually made this
not
exact call.
bullish.
So we said that we were going to go to the
Now
200
for short
period right
term,
there. So
for short
again, we
term,
said we
for
would
short
put some orders
term,
here at
so
the
we
80
wait
mark.
a little bit.
Obviously, it's come back down. So there's our first fill at 81. When we had talked about it, the 200 period was at like 1885. So it's now fallen back in. So we got some 78s twice, 77, and we just got an 81 there as well. Plus, we have new position. Oh, there we go. We got filled. Cancel the 28,
that's
and now
the
let's go a
way
little bit lower. You're back
it is.
into,
The good
once
traders
again,
wait.
the 200 period. So
For
let's go,
setups,
man.
they
That's
wait.
one for
Even
Palantir.
some weeks.
There's another one for Baba, so I owe you guys one more. So we're going to try to find something else coming through
And
right
then
now, but hey, man, that's it.
they
There's
make the
Alibaba.
big
It's a
money.
nice move in.
And
We said that
everybody's
we would trade
asking,
this. The thing
how do
is,
they
is
make
that
money?
we waited for this
So,
high to breach.
I'm not
It
good
did. It
enough.
only went to 65. Now
So,
here's the downside push. My stop is
Good
breaking
enough or
this
not good
55
enough?
mark right
Is
there.
that the
But
question?
unfortunately, we don't have to
Instead,
worry about
you
it.
should ask,
So it's about
are
10
you
cents or
patient
so
enough
worth of
or
risk to bring it
not
back down
patient
right now.
enough?
Let's see if
So,
Alibaba
Baba,
can carry the day back in. So
general
we'll
trend
wait,
is bearish,
see where that
but we
goes
have
from there. It's
divergences
Alibaba,
now here, the
and it's
short
making its
term.
move back
So
down.
we wait a little
Look
bit.
at Palantir. Good outs there at the 50
eBay.
period. You got with
So we check
Palantir.
here,
Hopefully back
eBay.
in. Back up, sorry, not back in. AMD is another one that's just crossing. Again, it's crossing the trade ideas
bearish,
scanner
bearish,
for me. That is heading to
bearish.
VWAP, and look where it is. It's right at VWAP.
Bearish,
right now.
bearish, bearish,
meta.
bullish,
Yeah,
not good.
that's the thing.
It's short
Like I was
term.
just thinking, Neil just said
So
so
we
is
need
meta.
to wait. So you
But
see, it's
I agree with
only
all these plays.
a matter
it's just
of
the market is
time,
breaking
some hours, or
lower.
maybe
Not that it's anywhere near
days,
VWAP. I
if
mean,
you want to sell
you could buy
eBay.
these dips for sure.
Okay,
want
how
somewhat
about
confident with it.
SPY?
It's 3:00.
Half, if not like 49.
So Hong Kong
So let's work
50
that one.
and China index.
Tesla was
China
another
received very
opportunity.
bad data
You
today.
know, Tesla, like the market,
And what do I see here?
Tesla finally gets above 220. It's
Oh,
like, yeah,
that's
Tesla's
very
above 220 and the
fantastic
market might be rolling
opportunity
over.
now.
So even when Tesla starts working above
Go
that price,
short.
it's like there's something working against it, which is the overall
I'm sorry,
market.
Canadian
bullish
dollar
ahead of that-
index was it,
ahead
not
of
China.
220,
Sorry,
but then
sorry,
buying
sorry,
near
sorry,
highs
sorry.
doesn't seem to make
But
a
it's
ton
now
of sense
turning back.
to me.
So
It'd be nice. I think it's a
my
great sign. Holding the
mistake.
220 level is going to be to the downside.
So
here.
New
That's the
Zealand
reason
dollar,
I got
US
out of it,
dollar, the
because
same is
you're up
bearish.
so
No
far.
good opportunity
Like
today.
how often is? I mean, sometimes 30% goes
Today
to
the
40%.
market
but when that happens,
diverging.
it's usually
Looking
like
for
some kind of
Japan, Japan
squeeze.
index.
It's
Japan
been
index,
getting in its own way
interesting.
for a very long time, and this is now
Trend price
once,
action
twice,
is bearish.
thrice at 86.
Indicators are
If
bullish.
on earnings you can't break out at
So
86,
we need to wait a
then the
little
stock
bit
is in a
more.
world of hurt. But that's the level.
Then
if we're above 86, I'm looking.
Oh, you
the
come
next
at the king,
one,
Ryan.
Australian
You lose
dollar,
your
the
50
RBM,
points. So I
Australian
can just now
Central
lose all of
Bank,
those again
already
and again and
increased the
again.
rates,
Back in. So okay,
meaning
just playing
that
around here. Let's wait to see what
Australian
happens with
dollar
the
should
market.
become
I just
now
got out
stronger, but
for
we see
Baba.
here
So
is no good
we
time
did
to
get
sell.
again. I don't know if this is
Bearish,
going to be.
bullish.
Well, I mean, I wish I
bullish,
knew, but I'm
still
not sure
bullish.
if it's going to be weak,
So,
strong,
that
or
way,
what. Alibaba, because
save
it's
our
down
money.
0.4%. So if
How
you're
about
wondering why we
Singapore?
picked this name, 550 area
Singapore
or so,
index,
thought that would have been a
the
decent
Asian,
short, so we
it's a
did
good
that.
index.
It's good.
You can make
but
a
I just
lot
got
of
more out
money
at
in this
32. We
index,
got
I
that,
tell
that
you.
fill down there at 27. So we're getting
Currently,
lighter and
the
lighter, man.
short
We
term
have
is
a quarter left
bullish,
of this trade.
bullish, bearish,
But
bearish,
again,
general trend is
Palantir went up.
bearish. So we
got
wait
more
a
out of the
little
200, but we
bit to
keep
sell
on
this.
forgetting
Then we'll look for natural
doesn't want to go higher.
gas.
I was waiting at $67.
And we
so
see natural
again, pending some sort
gas
of
now
news,
ended
obviously
its
CDIO rate
downtrend is bullish,
nice move
but
up today,
the short term is now bearish,
50%.
bearish,
Obviously, it's not something
bearish,
that like I favor to trade these all the
bearish,
time, but
bullish.
you
So
did
we
just break
wait
out
now
on this
1,
name. It just opened
2,
up on the gap,
3, 4
so that's
confirmations.
nice. Now let's see
And
cardio
until then, the
diagnostics right
price
now.
may come
Nice
down
move
to
back up
about
to the upside.
3,
And again, on the daily,
320
you're well
before it's going up, and
stretched
then we
out.
can
Watch out for 180 and
hopefully
watch out for a
find
possible
if the
halt again. The
indicators
volume is not dying down
signal
on
give
this
the
one.
signal at the right time,
125 million
then we
shares
can buy natural
right now on
gas that
cardio.
will
So
go higher to
I don't know, where
around
does it have to go?
5.
It only has to go 20 cents
480
to
to
halt
5.
again, not
That's a
even.
good
So
opportunity.
maybe you already mentioned
So
it.
my favorite
Probably
of
gonna have to pay for
commodities,
this one on
coffee
the short
market.
side.
So I
yeah.
tell
So be
you,
careful.
making a lot of
I would
money in
look at
this
this
market. That's a
171 or
wonderful
so break
market.
higher, to
If you
ignite the
know
next
how
halt
to
level. But
trade this
a lot of
market,
shares here,
because
125
some way
million on the
that
day.
market is
CDIO continuing to pump
unpredictable,
higher
and
right into June.
the
Right into
market
June levels
has
again.
sometimes high
Maybe there's
volatility.
something here,
But
but
knowing
nice move
how
upside.
to trade this market
They just
along with
resumed
crude
trade
oil,
on that
you
halt.
can make nearly every day, if you are a good trader,
I'd be
up from $1,000 and more every day.
it's doing really
So
good.
coffee
Volume
is
versus the liquidity.
currently
is
we
always a
see
challenge,
the
'cause you see
trend
good
is
volume, you're like, oh, yeah,
down,
it's liquid, but then
down, but
you'd
here's
be
up.
surprised when
We
it
wait a little bit,
up.
and this is flat,
when a
right?
stock halts
So we need now,
multiple times,
it
and
shall go down
tells
or
you a little
up,
something about the
right? If
liquidity
it's going
regardless
up, we
of
do
volume.
nothing. If it's going
Coinbase
down,
is stair
and
stepping
these
up. Like, it's
indicators
like when I
go
don't want to
down,
short it, that's when
then we sell
it's
immediately
giving
coffee
up that
because it
88
moves
level.
very
If you
fast
are
to our
watching,
direction. How about
yes,
orange juice?
you're right. But
We see now
oh, goodness,
56
okay,
minutes,
I'll go to the
still
daily
time
chart.
of this video,
Sheesh, the
and we
wicks on some of
have
these
been
charts.
analyzing
Starbucks,
nearly over
it's
50
very,
markets
very close to a secondary
very
breakout.
clearly.
This is what's troubling about the market.
So,
like I feel as if when you're at these
okay,
resistance
how about
points,
this market?
like 104
Bullish,
right here on the daily,
bearish.
that's the clear
No, thank
pivot.
you, we wait.
It was
Bearish
support that broke, it turned into
Bearish.
resistance. You're now
Right, this is
consolidating
bearish.
off of that high.
and bullish.
this-
bullish.
here's your
So we wait a
consolidation
little
off
bit
that.
for orange juice. Orange juice made
It's
last
hard to
year
want to be long
about
until it breaks
more
out the
than
top of this consolidation.
290%
And
move
it
upside.
sucks because your alternative
Meaning
is to
if
short
you have
stock,
been then in
which
this
has been doing
market,
that. So the
it
day
should
trade, it's
be
like wait for it to
somewhere
make the next move.
very rich.
As a day trader, and if the next move
Then
is breaking
dollar
out through
cotton
4.5 Uber, which
and
is playing off
commodities
of that 50
coming
level because
down.
it's 50.
Major is bearish,
You're
but
looking at
all
that
other
resistance
indicators
point.
are bearish, as we can see.
And
So
say, okay,
it can get
playing off
here,
that top
and then
if
we will
that's
have a
top, and I don't want to go
retracement,
long right at
and
that
then
high.
the
Like a dip
market
into 49
makes this
would be
move
excellent. I don't know
before
if we
it's
get something
getting
along those
down.
lines. As far as
And
Rivian
that's
goes,
we're waiting for this
I'd like to stair step
indicator to
to
turn
buy
red,
another dip.
and then somewhere here
Don't
or
know if
possibly
we're
here,
even
I
gonna
hope
get that
it's
kind of
going
move.
high
With only
better.
45 minutes to go.
Then
I'm gonna
somewhere
pop the
here we
offer
will sell the
at
market,
17,
and the market
7,
short cotton. So Italy,
7, and I'll be at 130.
so Italy is
Good
still
reason why you
wrong,
have stops, and getting out on the way up is never the
but
worst
now
idea. on some of
Italy
these.
is
Indicating that
becoming
130 open,
very,
which is still
very
above
weaker,
VWAP, but that's a
because
lot
this
of gains that
indicator
you give
is
up
bearish.
if you hold through halts
Very
down on
important
these low flow
indicator
runs.
this time frame.
All right, guys.
This
I see
one.
some talk.
The move of this is faster
Palantir,
than
yes,
the
we'll
move
cheer it
of
on as
this,
well. Nice move
and it's a
upside for
warning
Palantir.
sign.
There it is. It was a good trade, obviously. Let's just
Then
wait to see how
France the
much
same,
further
I
it
guess.
goes.
Yeah,
got
here
our
we
86
have
we talked about that,
divergence.
okay.
So nearly this
Alibaba
week
not doing much.
we
You
have
should be
a
able to
lot of
find something else.
divergences.
I didn't mind that
Let's
Starbucks look there,
check
but we do
some
have
other
when
cross
was Disney again?
currencies.
Able to get out
So
somewhere. I
pound
thought it was
sterling,
170, it could have been 180
pound
something, but
and
then
Swiss
this just started to
franc
happen. It still
is
gave you some
short.
opportunities to get out
We
anyways.
can put this
But yeah,
stop
really
here
destroyed
or
all the way
somewhere
down
here at
to the
around
downside, and then we were buying it back up. I think we first bought it, like I said,
113.5.
probably mid-90s here. In this, see if there's
Something
some talk about
around
that did spike
10.25.
stock.
They finally did that Hulu.
And we
they finally
sell.
completed that Hulu.
Yeah, so that was
Now we have 3 assets.
they got Hulu done, so that's nice. We just
So,
got another 86, not the
Out
same 86
of
though. That we
52
gotta get on
markets
Palantir.
analyzed,
So I
Netflix we are long,
he has a chance to work.
Euro Japanese yen we are long, and Swiss franc, British pound sterling, Swiss franc we are
Their earnings
short.
come through. But again,
So
Go
too
broke.
much contrarian trades. No, thank you. The next
Yeah,
one.
not until you're blue in the face.
So pound Turkish
I
lira.
always look at momentum and sometimes don't look at it enough in the
It's
long
good.
run. But I just took some out. I was mentioning in the chat there of
But
where the
the
way that
last
this
one
looked
is,
strong.
so
I
we need to
took
wait
some
a
early
little
in the
bit.
80s and said I'd add if it got to 90,
How
but should have just taken it
about
all in the 90s if we're trading off that 50 level. So take some
Tesla?
out, and if we reject 50 again, try and then bounce
So
off
here
VWAP,
we
like
are
get
in Tesla.
really close to halting off VWAP, and then it kind of like not halt.
Up,
Resist
but
the
down.
halt
So
off
that's
VWAP
enough
and
for
then
us.
try to
We
get
don't
like a
need to
25
analyze
long with a
anymore
5-cent
because
stop, something along those lines.
contrarian.
Not to catch a falling knife,
Bullish,
but try to get
bearish,
on as it's
bearish,
bouncing.
bullish.
But other
Not
than that, I
good.
think I stay away from CDIO. Now that
I
it's
don't
already
like
going
Tesla.
down,
I'm telling you. I'm
like
honest.
you want something strong in the afternoon if
Gams,
it's going to be one
too
of these.
much
Unless you are
insider
shorting the top, so,
buying.
congrats. Today there's a question about plug power.
And here,
Interesting. I feel like this is a popular
Gams.
A, it's not
Right.
moving.
Gams is
we'll
since
get that out
many
of the way.
months bearish.
B, it has not broken its
We need
downward
to
trend. So if
look
it gets
to watch
above
for this
what did I
one,
say,
and
in the
then we
50
can
period,
sell
$7,
the
that
stuff
doesn't even really
somewhere
break
here.
the trend. Looks like it would have to get to like 750 to 8, like that, somewhere in the
I
750
guess
to 8
it will
range.
go
And this
deep.
breaks the trend. However, and there's always a
So
is there
we
any
see
sign
here
that it's
now,
breaking the 630 today? Doesn't look like it. But if that breaks it tomorrow,
Monday,
that's a good little
this
trade to fill in the
British
gap.
company
It does nothing for the daily trend, but at least it gives you like 630
is
with the potential to
bearish
get up there like 5-10%.
and bullish, not good.
To the upside on plug. So I like when it
Bullish,
starts with
bearish,
liquidity grab
bullish,
underneath, and then you
bearish.
relieve pressure and then break
So,
out to the upside. You
and
throw
we
in
can continue
maybe a decent
now
short
that
flow. I don't know what it
way.
is, so I'm checking.
Trade. I
So
mean, it's
then you
going
see
right
with your
now,
brokers
heading into
sometimes
Rivian earnings, we got Lucid
this
tomorrow
section,
night.
most
Just into here, we talked
traded,
about that
top
220
risers, top
and the
fallers,
reason why I
and so
like this,
on,
and again, we
right?
always consider
And now with
ourselves
this
risk managers,
method,
it's just like,
you
if you
can
take down
check
that high,
if it is right.
I mean,
For
we
example,
can
we
get out
have
for,
here Tellurian.
you know, again, 75, like,
So
if it drops
let's
back in, you
see.
can almost even use 222 flat
You
as
see here
your out.
Tellurian.
Like, if you really
Stock.
wanted to, like, try to YOLO something and take a
Made
lot of shares or
20%
something like
today.
that, maybe it breaks
And
this high
is
and
it a
keeps
good
on
time
going. And then in that situation, then your
buy the
risk on that
market?
would be hold my beer move
So
back
this is
up to the
Tellurian,
top
right?
since then.
So what do you see?
So I think
The
there's some
right, the
buyers
market
here.
changed
We could see it. If it goes
22%.
higher, I'm going to take this long. That's
Okay.
going to be
Here again,
Tesla. And then again,
22%
we will hold
change.
Palantir. I mean, Palantir can get to
Now you
19. I
start
like
to
that
buy.
level, so
But if you look on the chart, what can you see?
we'll get some out there on Palantir if that does it.
You
But
see here,
yeah, Tesla, you're right, the Kid Lizard there. Tesla doing Tesla stuff.
trend is down.
Yeah, I think that's
Great
his
name.
The Kid Lizard, yeah.
Bullish,
So,
bearish,
I don't know.
bearish,
We'll wait.
bearish,
There it
bearish.
goes. It's breaking through
The
222.
market made
Again,
from
we're not
here
doing that YOLO
to
kind of
here
trade, but I'm going to take that
22%.
break through the top.
But in a
of
downtrend,
222.20.
what
here
will
it
be your
comes, coming
decision?
back in. Since I've been talking
Would you
about
buy
it, it's up
this
like 30
market?
cents. Probably should have just bought it instead.
Would you wait?
So we'll watch it.
Would
Here
you
it goes,
wait to buy
upside.
the market?
It's Tesla.
Would
I'm
you
breaker,
wait
breaker
to sell
190
the
that one
market?
at the high of the day.
Looks like a
Would
bunch
you
of
go
EVs
short
all
or
run at the
would
same
you
time here.
go
Just looking
long?
at
What's your decision now based on this
this was
strategy?
Lucid in the last few minutes.
If you
It's
ask me,
that's barely moving.
would sell.
Obviously, you know, Rivian is
All right,
starting to
so
go. That's still
don't
at that
fall
high
into
area,
those
but
traps.
it's not the only. Like Fisker as
22%, the number
like that just
doesn't
made
mean
a little bit of a
anything.
breakout.
It's good, even
So
if
you
the
had a
market
few
goes
names that just were
100%
doing
higher.
pretty much nothing off
It does
VWAP,
not
and
mean that we
some
are
of
in
these
an
EVs are
uptrend.
starting to
You can
garner
see
some
that, right?
strength. Block. I was
Trend
just
is
looking
down.
at that.
Guys see
Shout
that?
out to Famunda in
So,
the chat. Block
Even
at the
if
high
the
of the
market
day.
goes
Only noticed
300%, the market made 300%, yes, but in a downtrend.
Let's be real.
So
But
better
trying to
for us
break out
to
the high of the
wait,
day.
because
Probably
if
got
the
out of this
market
one
is
a
going
little
down
bit
to
early. If you're looking at the
0%,
daily
meaning
chart,
we have made 300%
this
short
like this area
selling,
right here,
and if
this
it's
was
going
that previous bottom,
a
like
bit
51
more
and a
down,
half.
then we make
The
about
October
400,
22 low,
500%.
and it flat bottom
Right?
broke it.
If
Now
it
it's
would
trying to
be
get right back above. And it's
an
in this channel,
uptrend
but there's still room to go.
where we had this bias
Whether it's you want to take a breakout at the high,
and also
this
all
would be my
other
guess. I
trends
don't know if I love it. It's not really moving enough
have
for that.
been
The thing about Tesla breaking out is
positive,
like Tesla
then
moves more
yes,
in the
then we would
afternoon.
buy the market. But Tellurian at this moment,
Block.
I
This is not good, but
don't
it's very
do
slowly grinding
that.
up. So buying the absolute
All
top,
right,
I love
so
it, but it has a lot. It
going
has
back
some
to
room
see what
shift too.
Nasdaq is doing. So, and
breaks
again,
breaks out the
Nasdaq,
50.
we are in a
It
bearish
just
trend.
took out the 181. And the thing about when you're like, technical trading, I don't do much swing trading. A lot of times it's like some really simple things on like penny stocks and dollar levels. But if I'm ever doing it in big cap tech,
Right.
I'm
So
generally
this
speaking
is a
always
bullish move,
wanting it to
short
be
term.
like breaking out,
We
holding a
wait.
200 period moving average, and
If
breaking
this
something along
indicator
those lines,
is
so you can like
becoming
stop there and be
green,
long breaking here,
this
and then
one
stopping
is
there,
becoming
and then trying to
green,
make it get back into the highs.
and
Generally
all these
speaking, that's what I would look
indicators
for.
are
Keep it
green,
really simple.
and the
Apple's on an
dollar is
absolute tear,
going down.
and now that you're going to
Then
close
we buy the Nasdaq.
above 181,
Otherwise, we don't do
and I mean the
nothing.
180 level, 181
Right?
here on the daily.
Currently,
There's a lot
this
of room for it to
indicator
get
is
to that
down,
190. And it's
meaning we
great
don't
that
do
you
nothing,
basically
we
took
wait.
out the 200 period moving average
So,
held and the 50 period
this must
on the
be
daily
down,
held literally in
down,
consecutive days.
down,
So very, very
down,
strong move. I
and
wouldn't put
then,
any
and this
until
one
it gets
must
to
be also
190.
down.
Any
Then we
level
start
that looks
to
decent
sell
for a short
Nasdaq
term,
again.
cleared out till it gets
So no hurry. It's good if Nasdaq
Yeah,
is
we want
going
to stay long above 180, and
15,400,
today on
even
Apple, that's
500 better
basically
for
what
us.
we did. I mean, we have
If
a
we have
couple
the
great
short
trades
selling,
for Apple
then
today.
bias,
One was
then
early, and one
we
was in the midday
sell
rate,
Nasdaq then at higher
12,
price
I guess,
again.
I guess it wasn't that
It
late,
would
at
be
12:15.
good.
It felt like it was later than that, but there was
Trade
a move down on
if
some
the
sort of
bias
story
is
about
becoming bullish.
iPhone
Why
production
not?
being
Then
cut or
we
something
go
until they figured out some kind of a bug
to
or something.
buy the Nasdaq.
So right
but
now we'll have to
now,
wait to see what's going
today,
on with Apple, but
trade in
regardless,
Nasdaq.
it's moving
That's
here
all.
to the north
Have a good day
side.
for you.
And there was